On behalf of Class 2010, I'd like to welcome all of our distinguished guests, our professors and mentors to whom we have looked up to, and of course our parents, without whom we would not be here in so many senses. I think I speak for all of us when I say that our education today is made all the more sweet and poignant when we consider the amount of dedication and sacrifice that it took from all of our parents to get us here today. And I am truly honored and humbled to speak before you today. Thank you very much. You guys really rock. So let me put some words in your brain. It's something of a compromising position, since I'm a part of the class of 2010, yet I'm being asked to give a speech to the class of 2010. In essence, I'm talking to myself. So when I reflected over everything I've learned on the last 4 years, literature and religious studies and philosophy, I thought about what I wanted to talk about, and I said, without hesitation, Star Wars. Yeah, Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, graduation, as it is pretty cool. We get to start our professional lives with all this pomp and ceremony, and we get to see our professors who, in commemoration of all of our hard work, came dressed as piñatas today. But imagine how much cooler it would be if we went to Star Wars College. The Imperial Naval Academy in Annapolis, so to speak. We'd march on stage wearing shiny laser-proof armor, and they'd call out our names, Lord Andrew, Darth Guzman. You see, we're eventually going to come to a time when we need to choose whether or not we want to be Jedi Knights or a Dark Lord of the Sith. And I heard from Professor Ferry that one student once forcibly argued for the Jedi side. However, times have changed since. We know that the world we stand to inherit is somewhat dark. Perhaps we might not know what precise challenges life on our own will be like. We have no delusions that it will be easy. It seems really plain that the world is a mess, and we will need to swim with every ligament straining against the current if we want to keep our heads above water. So today, in the interest of free academic exchange, I'm here to provide the dissenting voice, and I'm here to promise unlimited wealth and power can be yours if you go over to the dark side of the Force. After all, who am I to judge? Some people just can't handle the dry, wholesome saltine cracker of Jedi righteousness. Perhaps some of us would prefer a plate of warm, sweet peach cobbler of the dark side. I mean, we're talking immense wealth and power. Like, buy the naming rights to the Washington Monument kind of wealth and power. So if unemployment doesn't sound like it's for you, you can harness the power of the dark side by following this simple advice. First, always look out for number 1. That's why they're called number 1. Let those Jedi fools worry about numbers 2, 3, 700, and so on. You know that you are far more interesting and beautiful and intelligent than everyone else around you, and everyone would be better off if they came to that same conclusion. So, as of today, number 1 even has a college degree, which, remember, makes you richer, smarter, and better looking than dropouts. Secondly, let your anger flow. Remember 2, 3, and 700? Those guys are tools. They're the people who cut you off in traffic and bring 30 items through the 10-item grocery register. So when this happens, clench your teeth, swear, and do the exact same thing they did, because you are a Dark Lord of the Sith and are not to be trifled with. Next, learn to traffic in absolutes. It's much easier to get people to do what you want if you only give them ultimatums. Convincing someone to do your evil bidding is much easier if you loudly insist that everything is in black and white, and then you promise that black is a very slimming color. The world is either with you or against you. Leave gray to the Jedis. Gray areas are just places where people can find mutual understanding and sincerely explore another person's beliefs and views. Believe me, that is no way to gain power and force choke your enemies. Oh, and clothes are important. Really, be sure to advertise your affiliations with the dark and seedy underbelly of the universe by buying expensive tailored clothes and other totems of rampant consumption. No one will recognize your genius if you carpool. Instead, take out huge loans to buy the TIE Fighter or X-Wing with the V8 engine and the spinning rims. As for clothing, follow the sartorial advice of Darth Vader and get something in black plastic. Think of our gown as a sort of training wheel. One final thing, and this is important. The Sith always ride solo. Remember, there's a terrifying soldier of the forces of evil. The world is either for you or against you. And if anyone else is with you, make sure you make it clear that you don't need them back. Remember that love is just a chemical in your brain that exists to put babies in your life. And the Sith don't change diapers. You might be on the dark side of the Force, but you're not ready to deal with the force of the dark side. That was a poop joke, okay. To be honest, I don't think my advice will have a high success rate. That last bit of advice, the Sith stand alone, will probably be a stumbling block. After all, of the thousands of colleges that graduate students into this dark but beautiful world, St. Michael's is different. We recognized this difference 4 years ago when we said, I want to go to a school like St. Michael's, a school that teaches the liberal arts, social responsibility and justice, community, and the transcendent possibilities of human reality. At least that's what that decision, I want to go to a school like St. Michael's, that's what that decision said to us. When we made that decision to the rest of the world, that decision said, I am the kind of person who goes to St. Michael's. And now we have the responsibility of defining what that kind of person is. Remember, our school is named for the original Jedi Knight, St. Michael, the Archangel of God, who will take up the lance of truth and sword of justice to slay the great serpent at the end of time. Remember, in your chest beats the same heart, the human heart that beats in the chest of every killer and tyrant. Remember that in your chest drums the same human heart that beats in every martyr and saint. But when it comes to choosing between the way of the Jedi and the ability to shoot lightning bolts made of evil from your fingertips, remember that you are not alone. There's the stumbling block to the dark side. You are not alone. Class of 2010, look around. Your classmates, your coworkers, your neighbors, your family, and your friends. Be a Jedi if you want, be Darth Vader if you can. But remember that either way, we are Michael women and Michael men. We came this far together, and as we march forward into a future as unknown as the universe is vast, we walk forwards together. Reach out your hands. Okay. Take the hand of the friend to your left and the friend to your right. And together, I'll give you a count of 3. Say in a loud, clear voice, we can do it together. 1, 2, 3. We can do it together. Once more, this is for the DVD. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We can do it together. And the problem with my speech that ends here, my hands are out, I'm kind of quizzical, looking and confused. So I want to practice what I preach. Where's Rachel? You know which one, Rachel Roy. Where is she? Stand up. Rachel. My love for you burns hotter than the 2 suns that orbit Darth Vader's homeworld in Tatooine. You are the most beautiful and interesting person I know. And together, we can do it. I love you, I love all of you, and I pledge all my love to you in front of everyone you've ever met. Will you marry me? moving from 2010, I need you to crowd surf this strawberry flavored engagement ring off my fiance. Okay, here we go. Class of 2010, God bless you. May the force be with you.
Now this will be a memorable. By the way, congratulations.